Hello, everyone. I'm going to wait for a minute before we start. As you're joining in, you can just say hi to me so that I know you're here. Hello, hello. Good morning. Beautiful Sunday morning. Okay. So I think my pet already knows that we're doing readings by them. He's sitting right here with me. Okay. So, those of you who are joining in for the first time, we are going to be doing readings, radically guided readings for what your pets may have to say to you. Okay. So, our pets are like our silent partners, they're there with us, they give us so much joy. I think when we come back home, they're always there. and But sometimes we um, are not able to understand what they are trying to tell us. Hello, hello, hi, Bhavya. So today I thought there are quite a few pet lovers that I know, and a lot of you who either are a human to the pets. I don't like to use the word own, or you feed strays. You do something for the animal consciousness, right? So maybe there is some clarity you want to understand. Maybe there is something that you wish to get of what your pets are trying to tell you. So, what we'll do today is, if you have a certain query in mind, if you have a certain something that you want to understand from your pets, keep that in your mind space. Take a deep breath, type your name, and I will do maybe a radically guided pet reading as to what your pet is trying to tell you. And let's see how that resonates. If we need a further clue, we will get that as well. Okay, so who wants to go first? You can start typing your names. And as you type your names, let's all take a moment first to please close our eyes. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Breathe in a lot of love, a lot of positivity, and breathe out fears, doubts, worries. And return to normal breathing. And in this space, connect to your pets, connect to the animal consciousness, connect to the pet consciousness, connect to radical consciousness, and request for alignment from your higher consciousness to your pet's higher consciousness. Now, in this space, you can either put down your name and your pet's name, and you don't need to put the question for me. You can just write the name, and I'm going to use the pet app here that we have with Radical Guidance, and give you an individual reading. Okay, so who would like to? Yes, yes, fish are considered pets too. Yes, so you would want a reading for what for your fish? Multiple, single. Okay, Vanita, Hital, and Snowy and Richie. Okay, all right. Let's start with Bhavya then. So, Bhavya, here is a reading for what your fish are trying to communicate to you. Okay, I do honor you, Bhavya. However, I honor my wishes more than you, and that is taken as my disobedience sometimes. So, somewhere your fish is trying to say to you that honor their wishes as well, and don't consider that as disobedience. I hope that helps. So the statement that you can work with is I awaken, um, I awaken honoring myself and my pet. Okay, all right. Okay, so here we have Hetal. So Hetal, let's check what Snowy and Richie are trying to say to you. Left humility chakra, Hetal. Fortunately, I do not have a great pride or ego story about my contribution to you and your buddies. I add a lot of value to your life by just being me. It is my humility that lets you train me as per your wish. The moment I act arrogant, you know how to humble me, right? So, somewhere, with respect to something, the pet is trying to tell you that I am being humble, which is why you can even train me the way you do. And if you feel that sometimes they act arrogant and in that they disobey you, check even your humility and arrogance. Okay. So you can also awaken the humble you and the humbly easygoing you. See, the thing is, as we shift, uh, our pets shift. Our pets are simply giving us an experience that we want. So when we shift our need for experience, very easily their equation with us changes. Yeah, Hital, you can let me know how that sounds for you. Okay, we have a few here on Instagram. Anshul, Bruno. Okay, Bruno is the pet's name, and your name is Anshul. Okay, so Anshul, let's check what Bruno is trying to tell you. So, Bruno is trying to tell you the smart detour chakra. If you are not getting what you are expecting from me, there could be a block at your or my end. Find some way to unblock that. Alternatively, find a different way to get the best out of me. You are clever and intuitive enough to make it easy for you and me. So maybe if you've been repeating a pattern with Bruno and doing a certain thing again and again, try something different, is what Bruno is trying to tell you. Try a creative approach and see if that yields a different result. Okay. You can also begin with working with the statement with soul's love, I awaken a creative me, I awaken a flexible and adaptable me. Okay. And check how that feels for you, Anshul. All right. We have Swati here. Pet name is Johnny. Okay. Hazel understood? Okay, brilliant. So let's first get a reading for Swati, then I'll come to you, Anju. Okay, Swati, so Johnny is trying to tell you focus chakra. You are getting more scattered and going helter skelter. What if you could gather yourself and be fully available in the moment? I enjoy your company. However, I enjoy it the most when you are fully present to me in the now. When you are distracted, I get distracted as well. How about being in the now and being fully available to me when you are with me? At least take some time to be 100% focused and available to me. Or, so Johnny seems to be saying, when you're with me, please be there 100%. So I awaken me being 100% in the here and now. Okay. All right. Sneha, coming to you in a bit. I'll first address the YouTube query here. Anju, Dash and Whiskey. Okay, those are very interesting names. And you want individual readings from Dash and Whiskey. Okay. All right. So, Anju, what is Dash trying to tell you? Let's first understand that. Okay. Sincerity chakra. My seriousness at times is because of your expectations of me being serious and mature. It is not my true nature. I am born to be playful and fun loving. However, when it is not appreciated or tolerated, and you get harsh with me when I do something wrong, I go into my shell, and that does not let me be myself. That distances me from you as well. Okay, so somewhere maybe a little too much disciplining could be happening for Dash. And so work with playfully growing in life with Dash. Okay, so I awaken the playfulness in me, and I awaken growing in life playfully. Okay, check how that feels for you. And now I'm going to do a quick reading for what Whiskey is trying to tell you. And it resonates for you. Okay, lovely. That's nice to know. Swati, okay. Whiskey is saying amiability chakra. My irritation is due to my failed expectations from self and others. I was born to be my natural and normal self. However, I've learned to expect more than I can manage from myself and you. When my expectations are not met, I do get irritated. Accept my expectations or accept my irritation. I'm simply trying to cope up with my unacceptable self. However, it may appear that I'm irritated with you or the environment as well. So somewhere there's a bit of irritation coming up because there is some part of whiskey that he or she is not accepting. Work with your own non-acceptance of yourself and aspects of yourself. Whiskey will begin to heal. Yeah, I hope that helps you, Anju. All right, here I have Sneha. Sneha, do you also want separate readings for Buffy and Mia? Okay. So, Sneha, let's first understand what Buffy is trying to tell you. Humble opening up chakra. Okay. So, Buffy is trying to tell you that remain open to all the gifts that I give you. Let your ego, pride, and righteousness beliefs take a back seat. Now, what does this mean? So, somewhere, Buffy is trying to tell you that the gifts that she or he, sorry, give you could be in formats that you don't believe is right. You don't believe it should be like this. You have a certain notion of how things should come. And that is what defines our ego, pride, and righteousness. Okay. So, Buffy is trying to tell you be open to receiving all that I have to give you and let go of how it should be according to you. Okay, I hope that makes a little bit of sense in your space and that resonates. I will also quickly do a reading of what Mia is trying to tell you. Yes, it does. Okay. So Mia is saying, actually quite similar. Okay. I am not here to disempower you or create a problem for you. Remain consistent in your feelings towards me. The feeling of being bothered or disempowered could prevent you from allowing me to be emotionally or physically close to you. However, let me tell you, you can certainly enjoy our togetherness, feeling empowered rather than feeling disempowered. Okay, so somewhere, maybe sometimes, Mia makes you feel disempowered, makes you feel helpless um, in being together. Okay, work with your association of intimacy, generally in your space also, or relationships with feeling disempowered. Break that association. You will start feeling empowered in any relationship, and as a result, in your togetherness with Mia as well. Okay, all right. I hope that helps you. Um, okay, we have Chinju for Pepper. Such interesting names. Hi, Passion Butterfly. Could you, if you want a reading, could you put your name and your pet's name? Okay, I will come to you in a bit. All right, so Chinju, here is a reading for what Pepper could be trying to tell you. Okay, structure and rule compliance chakra. I do feel stifled if your disciplining methods and expectations are too rigid and stringent. I am figuring out different ways of flowing within the structure instead of resenting and sulking. Okay, so Pepper is basically saying, "Don't discipline me so much as you do. I am trying to find my flow within your structure, but it could be taking him some time, and that is why maybe in the middle he could be resenting, sulking. So try to create a space where the structure is such where flow for him is easy. Okay, so I awaken an easy flow within the structure I set. Yes, I hope that helps. Okay, thank you, Asa. You're welcome. It resonates, Neha? Okay, brilliant. I'm glad. Okay, do we have any other questions coming up? Anything else anyone would like to know? All right, if there are no individual readings for the next few moments, I'm just going to do a few generic readings of what that makes sense. Yeah, okay, cool. Hey, Anju. Okay. I'm also going to do a few generic readings for what our pets are overall trying to tell us. Okay. So, this is for all of us. Maybe the next two readings are for all of us to kind of align to the pet consciousness, slightly different from the animal consciousness. Sometimes it's like a subset. Um, let's check. Okay, Anju, you're here. Okay, for Zaya and Faya. I'm coming to you in a bit. So, our pets are also trying to tell us, I do not usually feel guilty. However, for you as a parent figure in my life, feeling guilty is an acquired behavior. If my guilty and ashamed feeling makes you happy, so be it. Moreover, I feel guilt cannot undo what has happened in the past, nor can it ensure that the past will not get repeated. So, somewhere our pets are feeling guilty or made to feel guilty because somewhere it serves our purpose. So maybe we let go of our need to guilt them and our need to feel guilty as a parent figure very often as well. Okay. So here I would like all of us to disassociate guilt with growth. So we transform and transcend our association of guilt with growth as a parent figure and as a child figure. Check how that feels for you. Okay. All right. Going back to the individual readings, Anju. So again, I will do separate readings. So what is Zaya trying to say to you? Freedom to command chakra. I often feel pressured a lot, and that takes away my freedom to be open and receptive. You may think I'm obedient and follow you well. However, not always does it feel happy and all right. As much as you would love to have a command over your life and what you get from me, I would like to have at least a part of command over what I get from you. Okay, so somewhere Zaya is asking for a little more command of what she gets from you, a little more freedom. Uh, so maybe open the boundaries a little bit more. Okay, let's check what Fire has to say. Apologies if I am pronouncing any name wrong, okay? Sorry. Okay. Humility chakra. Fortunately, I do not have a great pride or ego story about my contribution to you and your buddies. I add a lot of value to your life by just being me. It is my humility that lets you train me as per your wish. The moment I act arrogant, you know how to humble me right. Okay, so Faya is somewhere saying that I generally don't have an ego, pride, and righteousness story. I'm fairly humble. It is that humility that is even letting you train me. But sometimes when I do act arrogant, you know how to humble me. Okay, so that is the message from Fire to you. You can resonate. Okay, all right, lovely. I'm glad, Anju. Okay, so I think I have answered all the readings. If, of course, you have something coming up later, feel free to comment on the live either on YouTube or Insta, and I will send you a reading. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. I will try to keep doing these live readings maybe once every 2 weeks for something or the other. If there's a topic you would like me to pick up, a question that you have in mind, um, okay, Shalini, you just joined in. Sure, please ask me a question. I can be here for another couple of minutes till you type. Put your pet's name, put yours, and I will do a reading of what your pet is trying to tell you. If you have a specific question in mind, hold it in your space. Okay. Um, yeah, so like I was saying, till Shalini is typing. So if there is any particular topic you would like me to pick up and do readings for, why, what, how, you can also comment, let me know. I will try and pick that up as well. Today's pet readings, tomorrow it can be something else. Okay. All right. So, Shalini, I have two dogs, Hannah and Hugo. All right. So, let's first get a reading for what Hannah is trying to tell Shalini, and then we'll do Hugo. Okay. All right. Right authority chakra. I like your authority to the extent where you do not expect me to be my unnatural self. The moment you use your authority to rewrite what the ultimate author has authored for us, you spoil the game for you, me, and the world. Okay? So, somewhere Hannah is trying to tell you that I'm okay with your authority, but use it correctly. When you go against the overall authority of how Hannah is meant to be, it could backfire. Okay, so maybe you could work with Soul's Love. I transform and transcend my authority, and check how it feels when you align to the ultimate authority towards Hannah. Okay, now I'm going to do a quick reading for what Hugo is trying to tell you. Milestone chakra. Instead of waiting for the final destination, enjoy every day as a milestone with me. Celebrate because our togetherness and life itself is a big celebration. Hmm. Hugo seems to be positive. So basically, every day with Hugo, consider it a celebration, consider it a milestone. Don't wait for some aha to happen. Okay. All right. So, on that note, thank you everyone for joining in. It was wonderful interacting with all of you on Sunday morning. I hope to see you all soon. Yes, take care. Bye bye. Have a lovely day.